Hey folks, Will here again with Happily Ever Outdoors. So in this video, we're going to be taking a first look at the Merrell Moab II tactical boot. So keep watching. Alright guys, so as you can see, my current hiking boots are about shot. I'd been putting off for a while, but I finally realized I needed to bite the bullet and go ahead and find me a new pair of boots. Now, I had actually already had my eye on a pair of Moab IIs. I had went to the store, tried them on. I really liked the look of the boot. I really liked the comfort of the boot. It's one that's been around for a long time, has really great reviews. So that was really what I was leaning towards getting. Now, I've never actually owned a pair of Merrell boots for myself before, but I've heard from a lot of people one of the really great things about them is that they are really comfortable out on the trail right out of the box. So there's not really like a long, painful break-in period. You pretty much can just put them on and go. So I was actually about ready to pull the trigger on a pair of Moab IIs, but I started kind of looking at their waterproof version and I ended up coming across these. Now, I've always been kind of a fan of tactical gear, especially when it's kind of that hybrid tactical gear that works really well, you know, for the outdoors. So I figured if there's anybody who could do it, it would be Merrell. The reviews looked like they were pretty good on these, so I decided to go ahead and give them a shot. I couldn't try them on in store. There wasn't anywhere locally that carried them, but I figured I would just go ahead and go with the same size that I tried on in the store, which was a 9.5, and hopefully everything works out right. So let's go ahead and open these up. All right, here we go. Now, these socks are not included. This is something else I ordered. I guess they just put them in the same box. So right out of the box, first impressions, you just feel quality right here. Really well built boot. A little bit heavier probably than the regular Moab IIs, but not as big of a weight difference as you would think, just because you can feel it's got a much sturdier build. Now, this is a waterproof boot, advertised to be waterproof. It's a waterproof leather upper as opposed to Gore-Tex, which is what you would get with the standard waterproof Moab II. And I mean, it's really, I mean, what I expected. It's a Moab II, but heavier built with a more tactical look to it. It's got a Vibram sole, got a nice aggressive tread pattern there, got a little bit of a heel to it. You've got a good, what do you call that? A boot cap? That might be the wrong term for that. But you can see that's reinforced right there. You've also got some reinforcement on the heel, kind of a rib going in there. There is the inside. Feels like a nice footbed to it. And just a really good looking boot. I'm definitely not disappointed as far as first impressions go. By the way, as far as the color is concerned, this is what they call a coyote tan. If you're curious how it compares to, like, this is a coyote brown, like you would see, this is a standard issue US Army boot. So definitely lighter, which is exactly what I expected. But just keep that in mind. If you're expecting it to be like this, it's not a coyote brown, it's coyote tan. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get these old boots off. I'm really excited to try these on. All right, guys, so a couple of things in the way of first impressions as far as comfort goes. The sizing was definitely pretty spot on, I think, compared to the regular Moab IIs that I tried on in the store, so I'm thankful for that. I generally opt for a wide if I can get it, and these boots, I'm not sure if they weren't available in wide or if it was just that they didn't have them in wide on the website when I ordered, so I ended up getting a standard rather than a wide. But I mean, these boots are soft enough and there's enough give to where it's not a problem for me. I'm kind of somewhere between a wide and a regular, so I still think I'll be fine with that. But they're super comfortable. I mean, right off the bat, I slid right into them. They feel like they've got nice cushion to them, and I don't expect I'm really gonna have a break-in period on these at all. I think from what I remember, they feel a little bit stiffer than the regular Moabs, which, I mean, is not surprising because I think they're made of a little bit heavier weight material with that waterproof leather. But I mean, pretty much the same thing in terms of comfort. If you are a fan of the Moab IIs, I really don't think you're gonna feel much of a difference. I think you're gonna like these just as much. So we'll go ahead and walk around just a little bit in these. I apologize if the camera's shaking on you guys, but I just want to get kind of a feel for how they feel in the trail, because this is really what I'm going to be using them for a lot, is, you know, my lighter hikes out on the trail, out in the woods, doing videos, doing my bushcrafty type stuff. And so far, I mean, feels like a well broken in pair of boots. Like, not stiff at all, really comfortable, good cushion. And I've been on my feet wearing boots already all day today, by the way, so my feet are a little bit sore, a little bit swollen up, but that's really a good time, you know, to try on a new pair of hiking boots, right? Because you kind of know what your feet are going to be like at your worst, and that's when it really matters in terms of comfort when it comes to your boots. So guys, overall, as far as first impressions go, I'm really happy with this pair of boots. It's a little bit on the higher end price-wise, as you would expect from a Merrell, but when you compare it to just your traditional Moab boot, it's only a little bit of a step up in price. By the way, this is their mid-cut boot, which is my personal preference. I like a little bit of ankle support, but you can also get it in a low-top shoe version or a higher top. I believe it's either a 6 or an 8-inch tactical style high ankle. So who do I think this boot would be right for? Well, you might be somebody like me who is looking for a hiking boot, but you want something a little bit heavier built, a little more tactical styling to it, or you could be doing bushcrafting, things like that out in the woods. It'd also make a great service boot if you have a job where you work on your feet all day on hard surfaces. This is going to be really comfortable for that as well. I also think it could be a really good rugged EDC boot for just about anybody. Of course, just like any other new pair of boots, only time will tell just how good it really is. But as far as first impressions go, I am really, really happy with this pair of boots. As usual, I'll go ahead and drop links in the description if you want to check them out for yourself. And if you've got any questions or comments, feel free to drop those below and I'll do my best to help you out. Until next time, stay happy, stay outdoors.